I read a lot of what you guys have said here above, as you can see, and you all bring up some good points. Now I'll admit this. It does have something to do with Sally's roboticized state. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, heck, for me, getting to 21 pages out of one topic that I started is a surprise at any site. But to me, it's more. But to me, when I read what you guys said, what you guys are saying here, you could all say that this whole situation with Sally and Silver, and how Ian's basically going in possibly this direction or not, or this could be the scenario or not. It's exactly what, as I said in a previous video about, him treating the fans questionably or talking to the fans questionably, it's something that Ian Flynn is trying to do. He's trying to basically make you guess. That's why I brought it up on the other video. And you can check that out on my YouTube channel. But again, it's all about, making you wonder and guess and talk and kind of figure out, okay, how is this going to happen? How is, Ian Flynn going to write this into the scenario? And I admit there are many different kinds of scenarios out there. When you think about the possibilities, some say that Mammoth Mogul is just messing with Silver. He's manipulating him. He's telling him lies, and all that. And that might be a good plot twist. That might be a good reason. Some, like Laser X5, are like, well, how could Silver have to look at Sally as the traitor? It would be too obvious for him to look at somebody being roboticized as the traitor. And again, a lot of great scenarios and a lot of great opinions. And I admit, there are several situations in here that wouldn't really make sense. I mean, it's like a lot of people have said, when a character in the books, and heck, even go back to the cartoon, get roboticized, they're not in control of their actions. They're not in control of what they do or what they say. They're not in control of any of that. So, to look at that from a standpoint of making somebody the traitor, yeah, it would, but it would make them an unwilling traitor. So, to me, that is an option. So to me, her roboticization would make her an unwilling traitor, even though, as some people would say, and heck, this even goes in real life, until you get all the details, history doesn't look at that one small detail, one major detail, and they leave it out. And heck, like I said, in real life, that's happened. History has had to be kind of refined, if you will. Historical facts have had to be refined because little details have been left out, or major details, little to major details have been left out. So storyline-wise, in the comic, as far as Silver's future goes, that might be exactly the situation. Like, that one detail, that one major detail, if you will, could have been left out of her being an unwilling traitor due to robotization. Now, again, there's a lot of scenarios, and a lot of people don't know exactly who to believe, what to believe, or what to believe, or how basically they don't know how it's going to happen. They can't tell. Nobody can tell here on this board, with everything they've said above, and probably going to say after. Nobody can say yay or nay of what's going to happen. Everybody brings up very good scenarios, very questionable scenarios, but you know what? All we have to do is wait and see what happens. I mean, one person, LaserX5 here, basically states that he feels Ian Flynn would go in the direction of making Sally the traitor. And, one person said, wouldn't it be ironic if, she was the traitor, perchance of, well, not roboticized, but also perchance that she has her free will well roboticized and all that. And again, that would definitely be up Ian's alley to really, draw in the people, draw in the viewers and the readers. But again, it's all about the fact that nobody really knows what Ian's got planned. I mean, it's a lot of great scenarios. Heck, I even thought about one, and this might surprise you. This might surprise all of you. When Silver's plot came into being about him trying to find a traitor that set his future basically made his future the way it is, that caused his future to become the way it is, his world. It was always noted about original freedom fighters. Now, I want you to think about this. If you look in the encyclopedia and you look back on several stories, I think a little before Ian Flynn came on board, there was a story, a two-part story in two different issues, where Sonic was telling Hope about the original freedom fighters that came before them. And as we all know, there was a traitor there. So it makes you think, ladies and gentlemen, what if the original freedom fighters that Silver's talking about is not Sonic and his friends, but the ones that came before him? Think about that. Let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in for a second. Might make you wonder, right? Now you might say, well, there's no way Ian would do that. You never know with Ian. He might pull that out of his hat. Who knows? Again, there's a lot of different scenarios. I mean, heck, you go to a place like DeviantArt, and there's a person called Ace Speed 98 or something like that, who's a great artist, a great fan artist, and they drew, and I showed a picture of this. They drew a picture of Sally as enchanted or enchantress or overlord or whatever they call it, Mecha Sally. Basically, kind of like a Mecha Sally version of what Metal Sonic was in the final boss battle of Sonic Heroes. Something like that. And when I saw that, it also makes me think, what if Ian was to go in a similar direction? Now that's another scenario I'm sure a lot of people will look at and say, no, he wouldn't dare. Well, believe me, he would. He would dare, but we don't know that. We don't know that just yet. Again, there's a lot of different scenarios. And just because it may look like, as some people pointed out at the end of issue 44 of the universe, that it could be Sally, doesn't mean it is. It doesn't mean it is. And again, you got to put into scenario that it may not even be Sonic and his team, his friends. It could be traced all the way back to the team before them. So, but let me know what you guys think. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of different scenarios. It still could be Sonic. It could be Tails. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think below. Video response, if you like. Comment here on this board, this Saturday message board. And let me know what you guys think. And I highly recommend you guys commenting afterwards again, after you've watched this entire thing. So let me know what you guys think. And I'll talk to y'all